Hey everybody, Phil with Vigor Training. We're back again this week for the 50 state qualification series, and we're at state 3, the Garden State, New Jersey, our neighbors to the east here in Pennsylvania. So New Jersey, I'm going to be shooting the HQC1 course, and looking at their literature, it looks like Jersey has 2 separate courses of fire you can choose from, 1 or 2. I'm going to be shooting HQC1, which is a 60 round course of fire. Okay, we're going to be shooting this on the FBI Q target, and New Jersey requires an 80% passing score. So here we go this week, New Jersey qualification. All right, phase 1 of HQC1 for New Jersey's qualification course is back here at the 25-yard line. I'm going to be shooting this in 3 separate time strings. It's going to be 4 rounds each string, a maximum allowed time of 30 seconds per string. String 1 is going to be kneeling right side barricade, string 2 is kneeling over top of a barricade, and string 3 is kneeling left side barricade. Okay, I have 30 seconds for 4 rounds in each of these 3 positions. Okay, so I start off behind the target, approach, and fire my rounds. So here we go, phase 1. Second phase over the top. That was 993. I think I have plenty of time. $862. And now finally, third phase. $972. All right, phase 2, we're back at the 15-yard line. I have 5 seconds to fire 3 rounds. Here we go. $284. All right, for phase 3, we're still back here at the 15. This time it's going to be draw fire 3 rounds. I'm going to throw a reload in there. It says reload if necessary. I wouldn't have needed to. I topped off, but I'm going to throw a reload in there. Assume a kneeling position and fire 6 additional rounds. For this, I have 25 seconds. $10.55. Okay, phase 4 of New Jersey's qualification course. This is firing from the ready position. I'm at the 10-yard line. I'm going to start from a ready position, and on command, on the beep, I'm going to be firing 2 rounds in either 3 or 4 seconds. It actually says both in the qualification sheet. I'm going to go ahead and go with the 3 seconds just because I think that's a little bit more challenging, a little bit more realistic. It's not. I'm thinking more ahead to the double half. So from ready, but hey, kudos on New Jersey. It took 3 states in until we finally had someone shoot a course of fire from the ready that wasn't something specialty or odd. So here we go. This is from ready, 2 rounds, 3 seconds. $115, we're gonna do that again. We do it 3 times total. $118. And $122. Okay, phase 5 is the qualification. Very simple. I'm at the 7-yard line. I'm going to draw fire 4 rounds in 3 seconds. 4 rounds, 3 seconds, 7-yard line. Real simple. $201. Okay, phase 6 is a mandatory reload drill. This is draw, fire 3 rounds, reload, fire 3 more rounds in the blistering time of 15 seconds. $508. Not fast. Phase 7 is really simple. From the 7-yard line, 3 rounds, 4 seconds. This is $195. This is phase 8. One-handed firing, I'm going to be drawing, strong hand only, firing 2 rounds in 4 seconds. 2 rounds in 4 seconds, the 5-yard line. The course of fire calls for me to have my support hand occupied with something, whether it's a magazine, flashlight, whatever it is. So I'm going to put a magazine in my hand. So we're going 2 rounds, 4 seconds, strong hand only. We're going to repeat this twice. .148. .159, pretty easy. Sorry guys, missed 1 repetition of the strong hand only. I reread the rules. One more time. 2 rounds, 4 seconds from the holster. Support hand occupied by magazine. We're good. 163. Okay, now we're going to be going to support hand. So phase 9 is the same thing, support hand only, starting from a ready with support hand only, strong hand hung limp at the body. Interestingly enough, it goes 2 rounds, but they drop a second off because of the draw, which good on Jersey. That's exactly what they should do. It should be faster, shouldn't be slower. All right, so here we go. So this is going to be support hand. We're going to do this 3 times total as well. I got ammo. We're good to go. All right, here we go. Also going to need to transfer this over. I'll also be fighting that all day. Okay. Here we go, from a ready position. The 159, gonna have to pick that up in the double half. .150 flat. .130, we'll be able to do it. Okay, and the final course of fire is shooting from retention. So I'm at the 1-yard line. I'm going to draw and fire 2 rounds from a retention position with my support hand up and safely out of the way. I have 2 seconds to fire these 2 rounds, and we're going to do this a total of 3 times. All right, here we go. .107. .101. .102. All right, made all my times. Okay, guys, let's take a look. All right, so full disclosure, I have an extra 6 rounds on this target because I shot that last retention drill twice. I accidentally did it already drawn, not from the holster, and the time seemed way too fast. So I slowed that down a little bit and went ahead and did it again. So these low shots you're going to see on the target right down in there, there's a whole bunch of extra in those. But as we scroll back and take a look, 60 rounds in, 60 rounds on the Q bottle. Other than my retention shooting shots, just that one little fella right there that almost gave me fits, but not quite. So 100% New Jersey. I got you on this one. Now let's see how I fare on double half. Okay, New Jersey, so let's see how I did on my double half. As you can see, I had 2 overtime shots, so I took 2 of my hits off. I have no idea if I made them or didn't, but I took them off. Okay, played it fair. And I had 3 outside of the cue bottle beside that, so that gives me a total of 5 out, or a 55 out of 60, shooting about a 91%. Okay, so in terms of rating and score for New Jersey's course of fire, here we go. So for difficulty, guys, this is pretty simple. If you can shoot the double half in the 90th percentile, that's going to get you a 1. That's it. A 1 out of 5 rating on this one. That's all I can give it for difficulty. That's a pretty easy course of fire. Now, I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. I think that qualification courses should be relatively easy for people to pass so that you can get them through quickly and get on to real training, because qualification isn't training. Okay, now relevance. Guys, for relevance, I'm going to go ahead and go with a 3 out of 5. And here's why, New Jersey. We tested a whole bunch of different skills, and I'll give you credit for doing it in a somewhat relevant manner. We saw one-handed shooting up close and a little bit faster. We saw it get even quicker when we took the draw out. You're also the first state out of the first 3 that has done anything with significant fire or courses of fire from the ready position. Okay, it's a very underutilized and undertrained skill, particularly represented in qualification courses. Everything comes from the holster. It doesn't need to, and it shouldn't. Now, one thing, and the reason I can't bump you higher to a 4 on relevance, is you didn't significantly drop the time for that, where you really should have, into a more realistic time in the standard qualification course of fire. So for relevance, I go 3. Now, for shootability, this is a pretty easy course of fire to understand. All right, I didn't really struggle with this at all. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a 4. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and give Jersey a 4 on the shootability for officers that shoot this course of fire. Pretty easy to understand, pretty simple to listen to the commands and follow the commands, nothing too crazy. And then finally, for administration, all right, for admin's sake, it's a little bit unwieldy having multiple courses of fire, and I didn't go into all the specifics, but it basically allows provisions for 5-shot guns. It allows for a 60 round, or modify for a 50 round if you have 5-shot guns, because you got tons of people out there running little J frames, because it's, you know, Sipowicz is still on the job in NYPD, and, you know, we have these things happening. We still got little J-frame revolvers out there. My guess is you still got a couple diehard chiefs carrying their little J-frames, and that's the only reason that's still in there. All right, so for administration, because of that factor, the scoring's simple, but that admin's a little bit of a pain managing between the 2 courses of fire like you guys have to do. I'm going to go ahead and drop it to a 3 and give you guys a 3. So if we tally all of that up, New Jersey, you're coming in at 11 out of 20 for your score. All right, guys, if you like this video, like, comment, share, check us out. Come back to us next week, where we're going to be shooting Georgia. If you didn't know, Georgia was the 4th state of the union. So next week is Georgia's qualification.